Thanks for watching Crokinole Center as we are tuning in here to watch the semifinals of the 2020 Golden Horseshoe Crokinole Tournament. In the semifinals, we have Justin Slater taking on Andrew Hutchinson. Slater had an early lead in this first round, but it's now the advantage has swung to Hutchinson. Hutchinson missing on the takeout there. Slater content with just a hidden stick, leaving two discs on. Difficult position for Hutchinson to try to get a double takeout with one green disc there being right next to a peg. Hutchinson gets a very favorable roll there. I think he was trying to roll, well, pretty obvious he was trying to roll out of the 15 circle. Gets a bounce off a peg that goes in for a 20. Slater responds with a 20. And now Hutchinson has to deal with this disc that's left pretty close to a peg. Hutchinson could not remove it. Now Slater perhaps pushing for a follow through. Nope, he tried to stick that one in front of a peg as well. I think he's left it open. Enough that Hutchinson's got to consider making a double takeout. Instead, he's just going to stick with the 1 in the 10. Save the 15 for his final shot, but he does not like that roll. He's left an opportunity for Justin Slater to roll in, make a ricochet 20 here. Slater misses over top. And now Hutchinson, double takeout to win the first 2 points of this match. And he gets it. So a good final shot there from Andrew Hutchinson. After not the cleanest opening round to this semifinal match. We're playing a best 2 to 3 game semifinal here. The winner of each game will be determined by who gets to 5 points first. Hutchinson was the number 4 seed coming out of the round robin. Justin Slater, the number 1 seed. In the other semifinal, we have Jason Bierlang taking on Roy Campbell. Justin Slater's open 20 bounces out. Chance for Hutchinson to make the hanger 20. Gets it. And Justin Slater missing long there on that open 20. Gives a bit of a commanding lead for Hutchinson, although he's left an opportunity for Slater to try to cut back into this deficit. And Slater just missing on it. Tough to get the takeout and the 20 from that angle. And Hutchinson capitalizes, practically clinching this round with such a substantial lead, and Slater struggling with the open 20 range. Player's just missing all over the hole here. Final shot of the round, and Andrew Hutchinson. Last few shots were essentially inconsequential. Comes away with a 4-0 lead. Needs 1 more point in either of the next 2 rounds to win this opening game. Slater starting off, see if he can find the range on the open 20s. Bounces out just too hard there. Early advantage for Hutchinson. Makes the takeout 20 as you would expect. Slater this time finds what he's looking for on that open 20 attempt. But now he's fighting from behind with Hutchinson having the advantage, and Slater goes long again. Hutchinson, not a clean takeout there. Does not get the green disc off the board. Ends up in an okay spot, though. Has the hammer advantage and is up at 20. So pretty comfortable. He'd be totally content to play behind the pegs here. It's like Hutchinson thought about the play on the disc that's in the 15. That'd be a possible 20 attempt. Instead, he was going for a double takeout there. Fails to make either of the green discs go away. Still feel like the advantage is to Hutchinson here. 3 shots left. Really only needs 1 double to win this round. This will be a bit of a tricky takeout for Slater, but he's able to make it. Negotiating both of his other discs on the board. But just a single takeout really for Hutchinson would also win it if this was his final shot. Nothing just Slater can do except go for a 20 here. Doesn't get the rebound off the peg. Hutchinson just has to make a takeout on one of the discs in the 15. And he gets it. So, bit of a commanding victory there for Andrew Hutchinson. Game number 1 takes it 6-0, taking the first game of this best of 3. So pretty definitive victory for Hutchinson in game number 1. He is coming into this tournament on quite a hot streak. He's won the last 2 tournaments. One being the singles tournament in Owen Sound, and then following it up with a doubles victory with John Conrad in Brucefield. But it definitely can't count out Justin Slater. And Justin Slater hasn't played a singles tournament since, I guess the World Championships, which he was ultimately victorious in. And he is the reigning champion at this tournament as well, so certainly a lot to be said about Slater being the favorite in this match, but Hutchinson coming in on quite a hot streak. And certainly had a much better start in game number 1. Hutchinson was definitely the better on the open 20s. But Slater gets an early advantage here in game number 2, but struggles with the takeout there. Still, though, placement of his own disc is nowhere near the 20 hole. And Hutchinson loses one of his own to the outer ring, which will only be counterproductive for him. He'll have to peel here. He does. Nice placement there from Slater. A tough spot for Hutchinson. Nice rebound from off a peg there. Hutchinson brings the disc back to his own side. Now they try to open up a gap for him to roll into the middle. So he was trying to get a hide there, but does not get behind a peg. And now final shot. Hutchinson either going for a long follow through 20 or try to get a takeout and hide behind a peg. Looks like he's going for the follow through. And hit a peg on his way into the 15 circle, although it ends up still being a tricky shot here for Slater. Has to go through Hogan's Alley, but Slater makes it. So Slater getting on the board here. First points he's collected in this match. And now leading 2-0 in game number 2. Slater kicking off the second round. And it bounces out, open 20s. Deserting Slater here in this semifinal. It's a heavy hanger for Hutchinson. Be a nice confidence boost for him if he can make it, and he does. The disc looked like it was overhit from Hutchinson, but it falls in for the 20, and Slater goes long. Nice clean takeout from Hutchinson this time. Slater lining up a rebound off a peg here. Almost makes the 20. Pretty nice shot from Slater there, but just not quite enough. We'll see Hutchinson try to get a takeout and roll out to the outer ring, and that's beautiful. This will force a peel from Slater. Great shot from Hutchinson there. He capitalizes with the open board for another 20. Slater trying to put some pressure on. And he does get a mistake from Hutchinson. Slater needs this 20 here. Doesn't get it, and that should basically clinch this round for Hutchinson. Being that he's already up at 20 and has the hammer. Gets the take it he was looking for. Slater can go for a takeout 20, but it bounces out of the hole. And Hutchinson will take this round with the final takeout there. So we're now tied up 2 points each in game number 2. Good start to the third round for Hutchinson. Slater goes short. It's a big opportunity for Andrew Hutchinson here. If you get these 2 points without the hammer, he'll have a chance to win the match with the hammer in the next round. And that disc was teetering on the edge of the hole there. Does not fall. Bit of a break for Slater. Slater almost connects on the follow through 20. Now I think we'll see a defensive roll from Hutchinson. I think he's going to try to take this blue disc out and try to roll to the outer ring. Oh, it looked like actually he was playing a bit of offense there, which I think was a little bit surprising. So it's normally Hutchinson's MO to try to roll outside, but I guess he was feeling a little bit confident there. And he ends up with an okay roll. Certainly no 20 opportunity for Slater on that shot. Both players will be very cognizant of where they're leaving their shooters. And Hutchinson, though, makes a mistake, does not get the takeout there. Slater gets a takeout and leaves the 2 discs in a nice spot. No double opportunity for Hutchinson. I think he's going for a follow through 20 here. Oh, and it jams on him. Open board for Slater. Misses on the 20, though. That's a huge opportunity for Justin Slater. If he had made that, he would have been sitting pretty in this round. But Hutchinson, just another takeout there. He cannot get that blue disc off the board, and he's really gotten very fortunate with that leave. Because that Slater's 2 discs, well, certainly the 1 disc was just blocking the natural path, and Hutchinson got very, very fortunate with that shot. Flurry of mistakes in this round. If Hutchinson can settle the nerves here on his last shot, he should be able to come away with this round. Nothing Slater can do here. There's no double takeout. All he can try to do is make a single takeout and hope for an error from Hutchinson on his final shot. That's what he's going to do. But he needs a mistake here from Andrew Hutchinson, because if he leaves one in the 10, there'll be no double takeout for Slater. And he won't have enough points on the board to make up for that 1 disc deficit in the 20 cup. Well, Slater looks like he's eyeing a bit of a follow through 20 off his own disc in the 15. If he can make it and stick the one in the 10, he would tie this round. Going for a follow through 20 off his 1. Oh, and he almost made it, but his other blue disc rolls to the 5 and set it into the 10. You can see that's where he wanted to leave it. That would have been enough for a tie. Slater almost coming out of this round with a bit of magic. But it is Hutchinson who prevails there. Gets the 2 points. Just a round that was full of errors. And now Andrew Hutchinson is sitting 1 point away from defeating Justin Slater and advancing to the finals here in Hamilton. Hutchinson needs 1 point in this round. He has the hammer coming up. Slater has struggled with open 20s, but he makes the first one here, facing elimination. Hutchinson responds in turn. Slater's open 20 just falls. Just falls. And Hutchinson misses long. Now we'll see Slater making the takeout and roll. That's a great shot from him. Hutchinson trying to roll this into a spot that he can make 20 off of a takeout here. Edging that disc closer towards the 15 circle. Slater with a nice position there in front of a peg here for Hutchinson. Nice rebound from Hutchinson there. Almost making it back towards the direction of the 20, and Slater gets away with one there. That disc just stays on the board, although I can bet Hutchinson's going to try to hide a couple back here. So long, long takeout here for Slater. Makes the first one, just keeps the shooter on the board. Slater has to make these takeouts, otherwise Hutchinson's going to have a chance to tie the round, and the tie is all that Hutchinson needs. Hutchinson trying to hide that, doesn't get it quite close enough to the pegs, so this takeout should be a little bit easier for Slater. Oh, and that's great. Slater, you can just see he rolls that blue disc over, and that takes away a lane that Hutchinson could have had to roll into the 20 hole. And all Hutchinson could do, try to carve that in, get a fortunate bounce off a peg. And Justin Slater, facing elimination, comes away with the 2 points. We're tied up at 4-4. We're heading to a 5th round tiebreaker here in the second game. Winner of this round wins the second game. Hutchinson, he can come away with a win. Will have won the semifinals, but his very first shot bounces out. Momentum now swinging to Slater. He knocks down the takeout 20. And Hutchinson misses again. Oh, another great roll from Slater. Just seems to be the way some matches go. Sometimes for Slater, we've seen it so many times that his back has been up against the wall. You think he's going to lose, and then just a couple shots later, all of a sudden Slater is in a very comfortable position. Hutchinson misses on the peel attempt here. Slater, if he can make this open 20, commanding lead. Yeah, he gets it. Commanding lead in this round. He sinks that open 20 to clinch it. So Justin Slater facing elimination, but comes away with the victory here in the second game. And he will force a third and decisive game in this semifinal match. What a turnaround. So after that dramatic second game, we'll see what both these players have left in them. Here's his third game. Justin Slater starting out with an open 20. Saw in that second game that Justin Slater certainly found his range a little bit more in the open 20s, and for Hutchinson, I think his success dipped a little. But it is Hutchinson who has the advantage here in the first round. Slater always patient, even despite not having the lead in a round. Just waiting for the opportunity to come. Nice placement there in front of a post. Tough takeout for Hutchinson. Nicely done. This time he gets the takeout. Seen him struggle on a few. That must feel good to get that one. I wonder if Slater's changing up the strategy here and going for a follow-through. Yeah, he was going for the follow-through 20, and he makes it. Great shot from Slater. Pressure on Hutchinson, gets the open 20 to fall. Slater's open 20 goes as well. Looks like it might just lip out. Falls in. Final shots now. Oh, and Slater misses long. Hutchinson needs the takeout for the win. And Hutchinson gets it. A moment of brilliance there from Slater with that follow-through 20. But when it came down to it, another open 20 race, and it's Hutchinson who prevails there. And it's that open 20 proficiency that Hutchinson has been better at so far in this match. Gets the first 2 points of this third game, starts out putting some pressure on Slater right away. Slater resetting. Searching for the optimum disc. Slater misses long. He took a lot of time. You can see he was patient with it. Resetting a number of times, but very first open 20 attempt. Misses in the second round. Hutchinson putting him under pressure. That's another great roll from Hutchinson there. Nice placement from Slater. Good rebound off a peg there. Should have an open 20, or a ricochet 20 attempt here. But looks like he's not going to go for it. He's lining up a hide. Oh, he's actually trying to roll in. I thought the way he was setting that up, it really looked like he was trying to roll behind the pegs on his own side of the board there, and he was way off on the ricochet, hits a post on the way in, loses the shooter. Hutchinson capitalizes with the open 20.
Oh, it's Jimmy Casey. Jimmy Casey. Oh, it's Ray Beerling.
Hutchinson leaves that one short, so a chance for Slater. Hutchinson had the advantage, but sort of flips back to Slater, especially if he can convert on this hanger 20. Real tough shot. Gets it. It was a heavy hanger, but Slater coming away with it. So another open 20 race here to finish this round. Hutchinson finds the range, Slater as well. 2 shots left for each player. And Slater misses long, and it's again Hutchinson coming away the better on those open 20 races. And a nice take out and roll from Hutchinson. Really no angle for Slater. He's going to need a bounce off a peg. Does not get into the 15 circle. So Andrew Hutchinson now leads again 4-0. Again, 1 point away from winning the semifinal and advancing to the finals here in Hamilton. So Justin Slater facing elimination again. This round he will not have the hammer coming up. Wonder what his mindset is, being that Hutchinson has had the better of him on a lot of 20 races, and this is a crucial 20 race for Slater. Hutchinson looks like he overhit that disc, but it falls in for the 20. Slater thought he might have hit that one too light, but it just falls. Oh, this is the best open 20 shooting we've seen from Slater all match. Coming here when he's got his back against the wall. Oh, and Hutchinson first to miss this time. Advantage to Slater. But Hutchinson just needs a tie in this round. Looks like he's trying to go for a touch 20 here. Misses on it. That was a good opportunity for him. What a chance now for Slater to put 2 discs on the board. Now a real tough spot for Hutchinson. Loses the shooter on that one. Open board. Slater can clinch the round. Yeah, he gets it. That'll be 2 points for Slater. And that's job 1. Job number 1 done here. Gets those 2 points. Now trails 4-2. Needs the 2 points in this next round as well. Hutchinson again threatening to take the victory. Hutchinson finds a range on the open 20. Slater as well. Another one that Hutchinson looks like he might have hit too hard, but it's a dead straight, so the hole absorbs the disc. And Slater, another one that you thought he might hit too light, but it just falls in for him. Oh, and Hutchinson first to miss now. Slater with the advantage here in this 4th round. Oh, mistake though, does not get the takeout, and he's left that green disc in a spot that Hutchinson might be able to get a 20 off of it. This would be a massive 20 for Hutchinson. Oh, he gets it. Huge, huge shot. Slater trying to go for a rebound off a peg here. That's a favorable spot. Gives him something to work with on his final shots. does need the 2 points, though, as a reminder. Hutchinson only needs the 1 to win this match. Slater lining up a hide here behind a peg. Oh, hits it too hard, bounces off a peg, and it's be a wide open hit for Hutchinson here. So one final chance to hide here for Justin Slater. Wow, that's a real nice spot. That's about as good of a spot as you can put it for Slater. Although Hutchinson only needs to take this disc off. He does not need to leave his shooter on the board. Just has to make the takeout to win the match. Oh, and he gets it. Fist bump from Hutchinson. Slater makes the 20, but it's only enough for 1 point. Andrew Hutchinson wins the third game by a score of 5-3. He takes this semifinal over Justin Slater and advances to the championship here in Hamilton.